Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, my name is Katie Wismer. I'm an author and an editor. I have 7 books out currently. Book number 8 comes out November 15th. It's called Bloodless Ties, and it's the 3rd book in my Marionette series. So we're just gonna start a vlog today. I was kind of feeling like a weekly vlog vibe. We haven't done one of those in what feels like a really long time. I'm starting kind of on a weird day for that though, because it's a Friday, but we have a Mr. Dean back here. Yeah, I used to be super consistent with my vlogs. I've been vlogging since like 2018, 2019. I've been making videos since 2016, but I started doing like weekly vlogs around my senior year of college. And again, I used to be really consistent. I did them almost every single week and I really liked them. And just like over the years, I still make vlogs. I've just gotten like out of the habit, and I feel like I used to be better at them than I am now. I feel like so out of practice. I don't even know what to include anymore, what to talk about, what you guys find interesting. So this vlog is really just going to be kind of an experiment for myself to figure out what it is that I still enjoy sharing and enjoy filming and enjoy doing for vlogs, and then comparing that to what you guys like to see. So if you leave me some comments on this vlog with some feedback, I'd really appreciate that, both on the content that ends up being in this vlog, but then also in general, if you just know what kind of content you like to see from my vlogs, I'd appreciate it. Feel free to be brutally honest. You won't hurt my feelings. Well, you might if you're not nice about it, but you guys are usually nice. So yeah, it's a little after 1 in the afternoon. We've had a super productive day. I've been working on client work entirely this morning, and now I'm feeling just like kind of restless. Like I just want to like get up and move around. I did go for a walk this morning to get my Starbucks, and I did like a mobility kind of workout this morning. But now the sun has come out and it's so much nicer, so I think I'm gonna go for another walk. Yeah, just get some fresh air, and then we'll come back and I think we're gonna switch gears over to Bloodless Ties. I have 10 days left before my deadline, and I need to be completely done with it, and I think I still have around 18 chapters to do, maybe a little bit less than that. So still much to do. I've been better about working on that at night, and the order form for the signed books has officially closed. I just ordered the books today, so I'm really excited. We haven't done signed books in a little bit, so if you ordered those, they're on the way to me now, except for the Bloodless Ties ones, obviously, because I'm not done with the book. Although the order form for like all of my previous books and everything is closed because I already ordered the books. I might make a second form that'll stay open for the Bloodless Ties paperback and hardcover just until I ordered those books, because I won't be ordering them until the proofread is done in October. So even though I said this was the last chance to pre-order a paperback or hardcover, that might not be true because I haven't ordered those ones yet, so it's not like imperative that I close that down just yet. I hope that makes sense. Thank you so much if you ordered. I'm excited to get them in the mail. I love like opening big boxes full of my books. It's just like an excellent feeling. So yeah, I don't want to make this intro clip super long and chatty, so I'm gonna probably change out of this. It'll probably be too hot in this. Put on my sneakers and maybe listen to a book while I go for a walk. I've been getting back into listening to audiobooks. Hello, Maxine. I just inhaled a donut from Voodoo Donuts. The peanut butter, I think it's called like the Dirty Bastard vegan one. Would recommend. Still haven't cleaned all of this up. There's another cat. We made some coffee. It's the 1st of October. This book is going to my proofreader on the 10th of October. Realistically, I have about 9 days. I'm probably gonna stay in these clothes that I slept in for the entire day. I'm gonna go sit on my balcony and work on this book. I'm hoping to get at least 4 chapters done today. We're back inside. It's getting a little chilly. I'm gonna have a banana to try and counteract the unhealthiness of the donut for breakfast. No regrets, it was delicious. But I usually like to have something like healthy first thing in the morning. I don't do like sugary breakfast, and I'm immediately remembering why. Now I'm getting a headache. Like my body's like, no, this is not what we wanted. We got 2.5 chapters done. I'm going through them much faster now than I have been in the past, which is kind of why I'm taking a break, because I'm like, I am to the point where I just want to be done with this book, obviously, but I don't want to rush through the remaining chapters to the point of, you know, them suffering for it. So I'm trying to force myself to slow down. I did have you guys send in some questions on Instagram, so we'll answer those as well today. We're just gonna say that's an artistic choice. This is an interesting one. Do you wish more booktubers would read and review your books? I feel like this is a yes and no. Yes, strictly from a marketing perspective. Anyone who has a following or a platform and they talk about my books, it's free marketing for the books. You know, so anytime anyone recommends on a TikTok or a YouTube video or Instagram, whatever, so it's not like booktube specific, but anyone within the book community talking about my books just kind of helps with that organic word of mouth. Do I wish booktubers would talk about it more? Not particularly. There's a whole lot of like weird dynamics when it comes to being a creator yourself and having other creators talk about it, talk about your work. So no, also because I never want anyone who follows me to feel uncomfortable being honest about what they think about the book, and I can understand how it can be an uncomfortable situation, especially if your channel is smaller than mine and it feels like there's like an imbalanced power dynamic. So I get that. And then also I just feel like I'm generalizing, and I know this doesn't apply to everybody, but a lot of booktubers or people in that community, whenever they read books by other booktubers or author tubers or, you know, what have you. I talked about this in a video on Patreon, so I'm not gonna really get into it here. I just feel like they go into those books with different expectations than other books. And yeah, I don't know if I really want to get into it. You can tell they're uncomfortable talking about it because there's always a lot of like disclaimers and like, oh, I love this person as a person and I support them and this is no, and it's like they're like bending over backwards trying not to be offensive, and like instead of just talking about the book in their review, they tend to like, but a lot of people who, if they follow you, they'll like, they write in the review like they're talking to you. Like it's very bizarre. It makes me uncomfortable, and I would rather just have people be like, ignore me altogether and just talk about the book, you know? So yes, from the perspective of wanting more exposure for my books and wanting my books to sell, obviously. We love word of mouth. Anytime someone talks about it or recommends it to people, it helps. But from like the personal side and from how weird it can get, I'd rather just not deal with it. What emotions do I need to prepare myself for before reading Bloodless Ties? I hope you cry. Genuinely, I hope somebody cries. I cried while writing the book. I hope you have those like giddy moments where you want to like kick your feet because you're like, ah, it's so cute. Yeah, I hope you have that too. Hope you get a little like hot and bothered. I hope you scream and slam the book closed and potentially throw it across the room. I hope you gasp and have to collect yourself because you're so thrown off from the plot twists that came out of nowhere and you didn't see them coming. But then you think about it and you're like, oh my god, this was set up for since book one. Yeah, I hope you have a lot of heart palpitations and a lot of shock and yeah. How far in advance do you do arcs? I know you're not doing them currently, but if you were. So my process is kind of hard because honestly my books aren't typically like fully ready until pretty close to the release. I plan out my release dates specifically because I know exactly how long it's going to take me to get the book done. If I were doing arcs, they would go out maybe a couple of weeks before the release, maybe a month before the release, just because the book wouldn't be ready before then. This is super different with traditional publishing and self-publishing, but yeah, generally self-published authors, they'll send out arcs a couple of weeks or maybe a month early for a lot of different reasons. One being maybe the book isn't ready until then, but then also for like security and privacy reasons of like not wanting to send them out too early and like have something get leaked or whatever, but you want to give your readers enough time to read the book and review the book, but then you also don't want to send it to them so far in advance that they like forget about it. So it's kind of this weird balancing act. There's no right or wrong answer and everybody does something different, but I would give at least 2 weeks before release to try and give people some time to read the book. I'd say like a month early would probably be optimal in my opinion. Okay, there are way more questions, but I don't want to sit here and answer them all at once, so we'll sprinkle some more in. later. So we just did chapter 2 and chapter 14. I moved on to chapter 20. Instead of doing it totally random, I've started like doing one from each row. So I have the same number in each row. So we've got 3 left in this row. Now we have 3 left in this row. Once we're done with that, we'll have 3 left and then we'll pick one on this row. And yeah, we're getting there. Hello. I decided to get ready with the hopes that it would make me more productive today. No energy drink for now. Has anyone else tried these Olipop sodas? They're like prebiotic. Strawberry vanilla one's my favorite. I've been trying to get more creative with my beverages because I'm trying to drink less caffeine. I'm back to not drinking any alcohol. I haven't been for months now. And I used to only drink water, so it never used to be an issue, but now that I'm used to like always having an energy drink or always having a drink with me, I'm finding I want more than just water. And I have sparkling water, but it doesn't really do it for me, so I've been experimenting. I like this one. Do you do anything celebratory when finishing all edits and sending it to your editor? Not really. I breathe a sigh of relief and I take a day off. Even with earlier books, I don't know if I did anything celebratory. Finishing edits and stuff, like I'm gonna get it back a week later from my proofreader, then I send it to my audiobook narrator, and like it's not done, so it doesn't feel done, so I don't really feel the need to celebrate yet. Sometimes I'm better about celebrating book releases than others. So I feel like if I'm ever gonna celebrate, it's on book release day because that's when it feels done. Can you talk about marketing for a pen name? So no, because I haven't done this yet. My first pen name book hasn't come out, but because you asked, I think I've mentioned before in a video that my best friend Paige and I have decided to co-write a pen name series together, and we've been kind of like talking about it on and off, and we were reading some things for research, but we hadn't actually started writing yet. So the other day we finally had a FaceTime call to like open up a Google Doc and sit down and start actually outlining the book, and we were on FaceTime for like 4 or 5 hours just like bouncing ideas off of each other, and the idea grew so much from like our original plan, and the new thing that we've come up with I love so much. Like we were both talking about it. If the genre was a little bit different, I would just like straight up publish it under my real name because I love it so much. So I'm sure I'll talk more about pen name stuff the further we get into that project. And then they also asked when I have openings for copy edits. It's best to just email me or send in the form on my website. I'm booking into, I think, April of 2023 right now. If you could choose one person to talk to for the rest of your life, who would it be and why? That's hard. Probably my best friend Paige or my mom, because those are the 2 people that I talk to the most anyway. What's it like to torture your readers? It's funny. I think everyone like thinks that I like have those intentions when I sit down to write a book, like, oh, what's like really gonna like kill my readers, like what cliffhanger is really gonna make them freak out, and that's not even like a thought in the back of my mind when I'm working on these books. I know it's kind of a cliche, but I truly write these books for me, and the stories just turn out the way that they do. So I've even had people who like don't like cliffhangers complain that like cliffhangers are not genuine because you're just like trying to like get people to read the next book. Like I literally just write the stories as they come to me, and that's what feels like the natural ending point for the first story or the second story. So I don't purposefully torture readers. I literally just write the books in a way that's fun for me. There's no like other intention or really planning or thought behind it. It's just like what is going to make this an enjoyable experience for me. Okay, so I gotta go charge my camera. I think we're actually maybe gonna set up in bed because Maxine's in there and she'll want some company, and we're gonna get back to work. So Maxine lump, which side's your head? Yeah. How you doing? We just finished chapter 34, which is chapter 4 for the day. The 4th chapter for the day, I mean. So that's good. That's good. I have a headache. And I forgot to charge my camera during all of that. Shoot. I'm also getting to the point where I'm like half paying attention because I'm like tired and I'm not really focused anymore. So we're at least gonna take a break, if not be done for today. And we'll see. It's going well. So here's what I have come up with for the pre-orders for the signed paperbacks and hardcovers of Bloodless Ties. Now if you go on to my shop on my website, it's just katesbookdate.com/shop. You'll see there's 2 versions of Bloodless Ties. I might have been able to combine them together. I don't know how to do that right now though. This one is for hardcover and this one is for paperback. You might see that they're out of stock, but it should still let you pre-order them. I don't know why it makes it say out of stock when I set it for pre-order, but there you go. So now you can pre-order them directly from my website. So yeah, I did mean what I said at the beginning, how I wanted to try to like ease my way back into doing weekly vlogs, obviously because we started this one on the weekend. It's a little bit funky, so I'm actually gonna end the vlog here, but then hold me to it. I'm gonna start a new one on Monday and we're gonna try and do a weekly thing. My problem is I get like impatient, and after I have like a couple of days of content, I'm like, oh, I'll just post this. I've always been impatient, but like the impatience has gotten worse over the years, man. So I haven't posted in quite a bit, so we're gonna end this one here so I can feel better about having something to post. But then next week we're gonna start a weekly vlog. Okay, plan. I also haven't done a coffee chat the last 2 weeks because I've been so behind on work, so there will be a coffee chat on the vlog channel on Monday morning, 8 a.m. Pacific time, if you want to come join us. Anything else? You can pre-order Bloodless Ties. We're getting so close to the release. I would love you forever. I don't know, all my links are down below if you want to read other books, if you want to join us on Patreon, if you want to follow my TikTok. See you guys on Monday. That wasn't even my usual outro. What is my outro? Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you in my next video very soon. Was that right? Shit, I'm gonna have to go watch my old videos. See you on Monday.
No. Pretty Caroline, oh, 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 stone cold stunner.